Alright guys, I'm going to show you an example of what I would like you to do today for your assignment. So you are going to see this slideshow and you are going to see a text excerpt and a picture and another one. And then at the end you're going to have a graphic organizer. So the focus of your activity today is going to be to tell Miss Baker how the illustration helps you understand the story. So I'm going to model it using this passage, and then I'm going to have another one for you to submit. So in present mode, which hopefully we can all read this very well. I'm not putting it in the Pear Deck because that was a little hard to read. So, scene 1, the living room, day. The Bedlam house is chaos as usual. The dog is chasing the cat, the parrot is squawking, the rabbit is messily eating salad, and the snake is slithering across the floor at Aunt Mary's feet. Aunt Mary: Levi, your snake has escaped again. Levi: Oh, I know. Mr. Noodles is so clever, isn't he? Aunt Mary: Clever? You call that disgusting creature clever? Levi: Of course, only a really clever snake could figure out how to escape from his terrarium every day. Catherine: If you're talking about clever animals, then you should be talking about my cat Priscilla. She knows exactly which of Mom's earrings are the most expensive, and she can open the jewelry box and steal them all on her own. Mom, frowning: I wouldn't call that feline thief clever. My parrot Tom can talk. Can any of your pets do that? Dad: Who cares about talking? I hear enough of that from you lot. Now my Rover, he's the most obedient dog in the world, isn't he? Rover the dog bounds over to Dad. At Dad's command, he sits, shakes, and rolls over. Aunt Mary: What about it? All dogs can do silly tricks like that. So after you read the first one, you can go ahead and go to the graphic organizer, and you're going to see this illustration of them in the house from what you read. And how does this illustration help you understand the story? So I want you to look at the illustration and think about how it's going to help you know the story. So if I look at that illustration and think about what I read, you can see that this one is probably Aunt Mary because she's by the snake. This is the dad. This is the mom, and I know that because it said in my passage that Mom was frowning. So by her face, you can see that that is Mom. You can see that the animals are going crazy by the illustration, and you can see who the characters are by the illustration. So when you go over to this graphic organizer, it says, how does this illustration help you understand the story? I am going to type just my thoughts like I just said for you. So you're going to type, the illustration helps me understand the story, and you're going to restate your question, so make sure you have that beginning sentence in your answer. The illustration helps me understand the story by showing me who the characters are. The picture shows people with distinct facial expressions that helps me understand the text better. Okay, and that's just something like that is what you're going to write because the illustration helps you see more of the story. The second passage you're going to read, Ned, explain to me exactly what I have to do again. Levi hands Ned a piece of paper. Levi, you have to judge which of our pets is the best. They'll have 1 minute on stage to show their talents. You give them scores out of 10, and the pet with the highest score at the end wins. Dad, everyone get your pets ready. The Bedlam family lines up with their pets in their arms. Levi walks onto the stage first with Mr. Noodles, the snake, in his terrarium. Levi, I present to you Mr. Noodles, the smartest snake in the world. Watch as he escapes from his terrarium in under 1 minute. Levi taps the glass of the terrarium, and Mr. Noodle starts to slither around. Within 50 seconds, the snake has unlatched the lid and is sliding over the top and onto the stage. My second picture is going to be right here. How does this illustration help you understand this story? Illustration, again, helps me understand the story by showing me the emotions of the characters. I can tell by their facial expressions who is happy and who is not. So that's all I want you to do. Again, you are going to read both passages, and then you are going to tell me here. When you go to your assignment, it'll look like this, and it'll have a whole page for instructions on how to submit it to me. I will only check it off when I get your copy. So here is what yours will look like. I already have type here so that you can just click on it and type. If you have any questions, please reach out to me.